Hello everybody and welcome to the Splitter Sports Zone. I'm your host Rusty Peace, and we begin this week's show from the LMU Athletes Hall of Fame. This being Alumni Weekend or Homecoming Weekend at Lincoln Memorial, it's very appropriate that we're in this room. And behind me you see a lot of the plaques with the names of many people who have really laid down the history for Lincoln Memorial University athletics. A lot of people who have come in and given their all for his single year, maybe 4 years here at Lincoln Memorial, but who have distinguished themselves in some way in LMU athletics history. This week we've got a really interesting show for you. We've got a young lady who comes to us from the state of Louisiana who was actually the first female bass fisherman on the high school level for their team in the state of Louisiana, and quite possibly still the only female ever to be on a bass fishing team on the high school level in Louisiana. And we'll talk with her. She plays for the Lincoln Memorial University women's bowling team, and she may be small in stature, but she brings a big bang to the game. As far as the men's side of things, we're going to be talking with a young man who comes to Lincoln Memorial by way of Knoxville from the Ivory Coast, and he is a guy who really has an interesting story being an immigrant from the Ivory Coast and the changes that he had to endure to come to not only the United States but to Lincoln Memorial University. Folks, to keep up to date on all that's going on with LMU Athletics, pull up the LMU Athletics website, www.lmurailsplitters.com. We're back right after this.
Unmatched and unbeatable. Your experience at Danny England Motors comes with the absolute best in offering unmatched quality while delivering an uncommon, hands-on process to take your automotive purchase to the next level in customer service and customer expectations. While offering a relaxed, positive environment and a laid-back approach, our drive to surpass the highest of standards in this industry comes nothing short of. Danny England Motors. Come see us today. Automotive excellence starts here.
Established in 1982, Dixie Roofing Incorporated of La Follette has been the industry's leader in commercial roofing throughout Knoxville, Tennessee and surrounding counties for more than 30 years. From medical facilities to office buildings and educational institutions, Dixie Roofing has the experience, expertise, equipment, and know-how to handle roofing needs of any commercial structure, big or small. Dixie Roofing is also on the web at www.dixieroofing.com. Dixie Roofing Incorporated. Since 1959, Giles Industries has built more than 86,000 quality homes through craftsmanship of team members from the tri-state area. Our clients are extremely important to us, and we're looking for team-oriented family members which allow us to continue that level of excellence known to come with the Giles brand. Our team members receive above-average pay, great health, dental, and vision coverage, a 401k retirement package, and up to 2 weeks paid vacation following the first year of employment. Contact us about joining our Giles Industries family. Giles Industries, quality homes built by family for family.
Juggling my family schedule is a full-time job. Between school, dance practice, work, there's little time left to worry about much else. That's why I use real-time banking from Home Federal Bank. With real-time banking, I know that when I make a deposit, the money goes straight to my account. No delays, no waiting, no wondering. And I get to focus on what's important.
Real-time deposits, real-time access, real-time banking. From Home Federal Bank, always within reach.
Welcome back to Splitter Sports Zone. You know, our first guest on tonight's show is a young lady by the name of Hailie Savoie from the state of Louisiana. Lincoln Memorial University just adopted 2 new sports, one of which was women's bowling. And when Coach Slowinski went out looking for his first class of recruits, Hailie Savoie was one of the first names that he pursued in terms of bringing them to Lincoln Memorial University to play women's bowling. I'm with Hailie Savoie, a freshman women's bowler at Lincoln Memorial University from Lafayette, Louisiana. Hailie, welcome.
Thank you.
Hailie, you come to Lincoln Memorial University as a freshman. You're very young as a freshman. You just turned 18. When you were in the high school and let's call it prep level of bowling, did you ever think that eventually you would compete on the collegiate level?
About sophomore year, I did this event called Junior Gold during the summer, and that really opened my eyes to different colleges and teams out there and scholarship opportunities. And my senior year, I found LMU and I just fell in love with it. And the coach here, Joe Slowinski, is amazing. He's a gold level coach, and I couldn't pass up this opportunity.
Coach Slowinski is a pretty intense individual. I've had the opportunity to meet him over the summer, and he's very passionate about the sport of bowling and what we're trying to build here at Lincoln Memorial. You said as a sophomore you started competing at that level. Had you been bowling competitively before that?
Yes, I've been doing tournaments since I was about 4 or 5 years old in my home state of Louisiana, and I've just always loved it.
Well, certainly performances at the national level. She did very well under 15 at the Junior Team USA trials. I believe it was 72nd, and then under 20 it was 110. So you're talking about over 700 bowlers in these divisions. So that shows the quality over multiple years at the highest level. I'm also looking for somebody who's interested in hard work, because there's no secret about how hard our program is, and for those people to come into our program have to understand how hard it's going to be. And she certainly has proven to me what I had anticipated, is very diligent in the classroom, and also in the conditioning, strength training, and also in the lanes. She's a perfectionist and wants to be the best she can be, and you can see that on a daily basis. In one regard, I want this first class to be the establisher of our team culture, and that's all what I always start with. So that's something that's very important to me, that they live that and breathe it day to day throughout their 4 years here. With regard to performance, we have a goal. We want to be the first team here at LMU to win a national championship, and we have 2 chances to do that. We have one with the NCAA. In bowling, it's Division 1, 2, and 3 competing simultaneously. There is no division. So we want to win a national championship.
When Coach Lewinsky contacted you, what were your thoughts about coming to school at an institution so far away from your hometown, and your parents not being able to see you bowl on a daily basis?
It was definitely difficult. I had a few challenges and really had to overcome some adversity getting adjusted here, because adjustments are hard for me.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you here at Lincoln Memorial since arriving on campus for your first few days of classes?
Probably waking up at 5 a.m. every morning for workouts. Those are really intense, but I'm excited to see how things are going to pay off.
Now, Coach Lewinsky, I'm not real familiar. I know some coaches like to work their players out early in the morning, but is that just by necessity, or is that what he prefers?
I think it may have been by necessity, because there's like a workout shift early in the morning available for bowlers. We use the tennis courts and we do sprints back and forth and we run up hills. It's intense.
Now, I've been educated about the collegiate sport of bowling over the last few months, and as I understand it, you know, when I think of bowling, when the average person thinks of bowling, we think we're going to go to the bowling alley and we're going to go bowling. But it's so much different, because maybe the bowling balls are a different weight, or the lanes are different. What are the differences from bowling as a hobby or bowling competitively on the collegiate level?
So bowling as a hobby is usually like just for fun, and you don't really pay any particular attention to the line that you're on or where you're standing. But when it comes to college bowling, there's this thing called an oil machine, and it puts down specific patterns that make it more challenging for players, and you really have to be focused and really know what you're doing to hit that specific line to get a good shot.
Now, you're telling me that this machine puts down different patterns, as if bowling wasn't difficult enough for a guy like me. And I'm not exaggerating. The last time that I bowled, I think a 7-year-old beat me, and it was very, very badly. I think I bowled a 92 or something like that. It was awful. But when you were in the prep level, again, the high school or earlier level, were you recruited by other schools?
Yes, I was contacted by about 10 colleges. And it was kind of a hard decision, but once I found LMU.
When you decided that you wanted to come to Lincoln Memorial University, what did you feel you wanted to major in while you were here?
Since the age of like 4 or 5 years old, I've always wanted to be a vet, and LMU has an amazing vet program here, so that just really sold the deal. Well,
that's, and the veterinary medicine program, the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine program, is a relatively new program that is really kind of setting the gold standard, you know, in this area for that type of business and the major. Now, Hailie comes to us with a kind of a diverse background in terms of the type things that she's involved with, and I really am interested in this. I want to, not that I'm not in the bowling, but I'm kind of intrigued because on the high school level, you were also not only involved with your local bass fishing program, but quite possibly you were the first female high school bass fisherman in the state of Louisiana.
Right, so that was a big jump for me, and I hope that it maybe inspires other girls, because I know coming from Louisiana, a ton of girls like fishing and they grew up with that. It's our passion as a state pretty much, and I hope it allows other girls to really embrace it and not be like, oh, it's a guy's sport, so I don't want to join it.
Was it for you to get involved with that? I know you like to fish and you probably wanted to do it just as soon as you saw that they had a squad, but having never had women kind of cut a trail for you, was it intimidating for you to get involved with bass fishing competitively?
It was a little bit intimidating because I was like, I know a lot of the guys have more knowledge than me, but I went into it with an open mind, and it was a blast.
Did you ever have any, I don't know, maybe guys that were a little bitter that you might be catching bigger and more fish than them?
Well, there was certainly resentment because I was the only upperclassman on it too. So there was freshmen, maybe they weren't as mature and they just, I don't know, thought girls had cooties or something and they didn't want a girl on their team, but I proved them wrong.
Now, talking with Hailie, we have been talking fishing around the tri-state area here, and I think that it's kind of, I don't know, I guess a secret desire of hers to maybe catch a smallmouth bass, because obviously they don't have those in the state of Louisiana. So we've been talking about that. Norris Lake obviously is a lake that has some good smallmouth fishing in the fall and spring. What are some other things that you would like to achieve here, whether it be academics, athletics, or recreation before you graduate and leave Lincoln Memorial?
Well, I for sure want to go hiking. I want to scratch that off my bucket list because in Louisiana it's pretty flat and seeing mountains every day is pretty cool. Fishing, I'd definitely like to catch a smallmouth, maybe a muskie, like you said, they have those here. Academics-wise, I'd hope to have a 3.8 to 4.0. I have really high standards for that, and bowling, I don't even know, just go as far as Coach Joe will take the team.
Is it the women's or the men's program that is a club sport?
The men's program is NCIA, and the women's program is NCAA.
So the women's program is accredited right now as a collegiate sport, right. But your travel is quite extensive. Has Coach Slowinski talked to you about the distances that the team will travel?
Yes, I think our second tournament we traveled to Houston, so that's a long bus ride. We don't have any plane tickets yet.
Wow, a drive to Houston.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Well, I personally did the drive to Texas, just north of Dallas, this past March, and a 14-hour drive any way you do it. I can't imagine what it's going to be like to Houston. Hailie, I tell you, you're a unique person, and I really enjoy talking with you. And it intrigues me that you know, I know a lot of females around the area that like to fish, but none that have had the brass to go on and try to compete at a level, whether it be on the prep level or the collegiate level. I know we have collegiate bass fishing teams. They've had one here at Lincoln Memorial in the past. If they ever rekindled that, any desire to maybe be a dual sport athlete?
I would love that, yeah.
Hailie and the Lady Rail Splitters are in the midst of their fall schedule, and you know, when you think about it, there really is no classification for women's bowling on the NCAA level. You play, you compete against the best, you compete against the worst. If Division III has it, Division II, Division I, it's all the same category. So Coach Slowinski and Hailie Savoie have definitely got their hands full for the 2016-17 season. We're going to take this commercial break, and we'll be right back right after this on Splitter Sports Zone.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
From sales to service, online or in person, Anchor Marine of Speedwell, Tennessee is the source for all your boating needs. We carry a wide selection of new and used products and services for Alumacraft, Aqua Patio, Hurricane, Polar Craft, Sampan, and Sweetwater boats and pontoons, as well as a full line of Yamaha marine engines and Minn Kota trolling motors. From bow to stern, Anchor Marine also carries a wide selection of boating accessories. And if it's service you need, we offer on-site factory-trained technicians that are among the best in East Tennessee. Anchor Marine, 6630 General C.W. Steiner Highway, Speedwell. At Farm Bureau, we offer more than just insurance. We offer security. Whether you're insuring your automobile, boat, home, or simply buying life insurance, with Farm Bureau, you can rest assured that we have your best interests covered. Our members can also enjoy travel discounts, entertainment discounts, identity theft restoration, and home protection services. Call today at 423-869-8346 or stop by and see Brad Seal at our Harrogate location and find out why Tennessee turns to us for insurance. Experience exceptional service and experience security at Farm Bureau. Commercial, residential, or personal, Lester Signs of Harrogate has you covered with all your sign and graphic needs. From embroidery and screen printing to personalized items, decals, yard signs, logo design, car wraps, digital printing, and sign maintenance, Lester Signs has all your branding needs. Lester Signs is under new ownership and has been serving the tri-state area for more than 25 years. Phone us today to inquire about your commercial sign or marketing specialized needs, or email us at sales@lestersigns.com. Lester Signs, located at 112 Washington Avenue, Harrogate.
Welcome back to Splitter Sports Zone. Our second guest on tonight's show on this alumni weekend is a young man who comes to us from the Ivory Coast. MJ Sherriff is his name, and for Lincoln Memorial University soccer fans, he's just the guy you see back there in the defensive backfield. He's a guy that tries to prevent the other team from scoring, or at least one of those guys. But for MJ, coming to the United States wasn't as easy, and definitely coming to Lincoln Memorial wasn't as easy as it is for most student athletes, as you'll see in this interview. MJ, first of all, welcome to Splitter Sports Zone. It's our pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back. You've got a very unique story. I mean, you're not from the United States. Your story goes back to the Ivory Coast. And tell us about the immigration process that you and your family had to come to the United States.
The immigration process, what goes through, like, it mostly runs through like families and stuff like that. Family they see struggling or like have loose people in their families, like their dads or family members that they only have their moms to live with. So they really trying to pick up people who really needs help that have a lot of kids to raise. So throughout those days, back in Ivory Coast, when they had some wars going on, I mean, we were lucky to come through. While they were doing the process, going through the stuff, we had to do a lot of interviews while we're here and while we want to be in refugee camps and stuff like that. At that age, we were really young. My mom had to take care of 4 kids and stuff like that, her own. So basically, they knew exactly the struggle she was going through, and they give us that little help and push us, that give us a little advantage to come up here and start a new life, which was really helpful for us to continue our future lives and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's enough to immigrate from the Ivory Coast to the United States, but how do you, what was the decision to come to Knoxville, Tennessee?
The decision wasn't really ours, because like really when we were coming, we don't really know anywhere. So basically they were just looking for an area where they can put us in an apartment to start us out and just have people to help us out and understand the area a little bit better. But if you're talking about like how they just brought us straight to Knoxville and stuff like that, it wasn't really our choice. We didn't really know where we were going. It just brought us here, and we wonder it turned out it was a good place for us. We just lived there and enjoyed it. It didn't really harm us.
What was the most difficult thing for you personally in the move from your home country to the United States?
The most difficult thing for me was everything. Feel like I had to start a new life, a new friends. Not knowing English at first was really difficult, and like going to school, hearing people talk a different language and stuff like that, something I'd never even heard of before, was very difficult for me. I mean, back in my country, they speak English, but that was a different type of English. It was strong accent, but when I came up here, it was just a whole different thing, and I would just sit in class confused, like had no friends and just didn't know how to communicate until like I started like picking it up because how long I've been here, and it started making everything easier. But that was the most difficult thing. It just coming up here, have to start a whole new life, new friends, meeting new people, and then trying to learn a new language again on top of all the languages I know.
How was it for the rest of your family? Did they have problems getting acclimated?
I mean, for my sister and little brother, I'm the oldest of the family. Basically for them, my brother is the second youngest. My brother felt more like me, but my two sisters, they were really young. They didn't really mind about it moving here, because really little one didn't remember anything, so she doesn't really mind it. But me and my brother wise, it was really a life-changing. And my mom, she really felt like she had to change her whole life because of this. But at the same time, she was like, this will benefit us. Coming here, it will really help us out, and going to school here will help us out. Even though she had to leave some of her family members back there, her mom and dad and stuff like that back there, it really hurts her, but she had to do it for us and come up here.
Now, I'm assuming your soccer career, so to speak, probably started back in your home country, but when you came to the United States and you started attending Knoxville Central High School down in Knoxville, Tennessee, you were telling me a little while ago that they asked you to play the game of football, and you really didn't know what that was.
Yes, they did. That was actually my freshman year when they asked me to play. I really didn't. When they first asked me to play, it started out as me playing soccer, and they saw me running. They was like, man, this kid is fast. I'm gonna ask him to join football. And they asked me, you want to play football? And in my head, I thought it was like football back in my country. But actually, I got there, and the ball was round. The ball was not round as a normal soccer ball. And I was like, well, I guess it's not football. And I just decided to just give it a shot. And eventually, the fear in me made me go faster, because I see people with heavy helmets and stuff like that coming at me. It just made me go even faster, because I didn't want to get tackled by them.
Well, and to make matters worse, I see it. You said they had you on punt return, kickoff return, and wide receiver, where you've got 11 guys coming after you because you've got the ball.
Yes, that was a lot of fear right there. Every time I caught the ball, my first thought was just, don't let them catch you. If they catch you, they're gonna hit you hard. And I'll just run until they said stop.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Okay, so you play football on the high school level, but you also play soccer. And
Yes.
and at some point, Coach Dana gets to see you play and becomes aware of your abilities. Tell us about that situation.
That situation, I'm really proud, because like coming here, I wanted to see like my strength. How far can I go on my strength? And coming here, he really showed me, coming out as a freshman, developing in those group of athletes and all different style of players, come Brazil, Germany, and all England, all these players, and I'm from a whole side of different world from them. It's just like my style of play. He made me realize that my style of play can fit between them no matter what. Like playing between those people, it made me a better player. Does that mean it doesn't matter where you're from, I can really communicate with you. And also, if we both love the same sport, we can go through it. And as long as we both love it, we can always communicate on the field no matter what. And that's one thing he made me understand on that field. And he really pushed me too, throughout, from freshman year all the way now to my junior year, making me realize that I have what it takes to do whatever the other players are doing on the field.
Now, over the last couple of seasons, you've become a vital part of the LMU defensive line back there, and what we do in terms of trying to prevent the other team from scoring. But in the process, I've been made aware of a situation. You are part of the MLS Major League Soccer Adidas kind of collaboration, and Coach Dana was trying to explain that to me earlier. Give us some information about that and how that came to be.
The Atlanta United FC actually just started. They actually like he said, they try to now they develop to like where kids can like go to school at the same time and also live a professional life. So basically, if they try to sponsor you in Adidas, so Adidas is really under them. So basically, they all go together. So they don't want kids to drop out of school because they want to go pro. So at the same time, they want to keep you in school, and at the same so you can also do professional life if you wanted to. Not if you wanted to, but that's the choice for you. But at the same time, that club they actually just started. They actually just ran that through here and give kids a chance to develop their skills and see what they really can do. If they think they have what it takes to be at the professional level, they can go ahead and give it a shot. And if you don't, you just have to work a little bit harder, and I believe that you can make it.
You and your team right now are in the thick of the South Atlantic Conference race. Obviously, we've had some ups and downs this season, but I want to go back. If you had to go back to the time when you and your family, your brothers and sisters and your mother immigrated from the Ivory Coast, and your mother had said to you, MJ, do you want to do this? With all the opportunities you've been afforded since that time, I'm sure it's not all been a bed of roses, if you will. Would you do it again?
Yes, I think I would do it again. Like if she would have come up to me and asked me, do you want to do this? My question was, yes, I want to do it. Because like all the situation that was going on back home, I would have given it a new shot. Like I would have given it going to a new area, given a new experience, like taking everything on. I feel like yes, I would have told her yes, I would love to do this and just see what goes on. You know, I know there's a little bit of harm behind it by leaving us, but yes, I would have done it.
We've got less than 30 seconds. What are your goals for the future?
My goals for the future is to just keep training hard and just focus on one thing that I'm always looking for right now. The Atlanta United FC is one of my strikes right there, and just look forward to school, put my stuff together and just focus on my future and pass my grades. That's it.
MJ Sherriff and the rail splitter teammates that he has for the men's soccer program are in the midst of the South Atlantic Conference regular season race. Unfortunately, this weekend's match with Newberry, well, it's not known where that's going to be played. The hurricane bearing down on the eastern coast is looking like it's going to slam right into the state of South Carolina, and that match at Newberry could actually be moved to Harrogate, Tennessee. So we'll have to wait. You can check out the LMU Athletics website for further details. We're back right after this.
It's the Old Town Grill. The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special. It's the OTG. The OTG is the place to be.
Special thanks to all those who contributed for tonight's show, and again to our guest, of course, Hailie Savoie and MJ Sherriff, and we certainly hope that you've enjoyed the show. Folks, again, it is Alumni Weekend here at Lincoln Memorial, and it gets started tonight, so folks from the past that are both athletically related and just regular student body from the years past here at Lincoln Memorial will be on campus throughout the weekend. It's definitely a great time to come on over and relive some memories if you had any ties to Lincoln Memorial University years ago, and without a doubt, a time to rekindle old friendships. We're glad that you enjoyed tonight's show. We hope that you'll join us next week right here at this same time for Splitter Sports Zone. For everybody behind the scenes, I'm Rusty Peace. Good night, everybody.